How we doing? It is February 6th, exactly 2 o'clock. Well, it might be 2:01 now. No, it's still 2 o'clock. We got a nasty cold front coming. It's supposed to last just a couple days, but I'm still cutting firewood. It's that time of year, and I'm still cutting dead trees because I don't want to go up and haul my wood down for next year. I thought I was going to do that, but I don't want to do that. So we're gonna go out and cut some dead trees down. I got a little one right here. I've got a giant oak tree back here that's been dead for a year or two. I doubt it's dry enough, but the limbs probably are. I don't think I'm gonna mess with that today. I might. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But we'll cut this one here down real quick and keep working at. I got firewood up in the shed right now, but anytime I have some time, I'll go out and cut firewood. It's never ending, and yeah, I can't talk. Never ending job. There we go. And the wife went for a hike with the dog, so she said she'd be a couple hours. So I'm gonna go out and try to cut some. I say try because I just got back from the gym and my shoulders are feeling it. So yeah, let's get to it. Enough of me talking, and we'll just get to it. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Living the Dream. I think that's what his YouTube channel was, reminding me to cut my back cut about 1 inch or 2 above my notch, which I know better than that. And I don't know if it was the angle I was cutting the other day and he noticed it, or I was actually low. I know I do that sometimes because I get in a hurry and I don't pay attention to how high up I am. But he's absolutely right. So because I cut one yesterday, it was just a small tree. I was just going to get it done, and luckily I was able to push it over myself. But yeah, I was right on the face cut. So I gotta be careful with that. So I appreciate you reminding me of doing that, because I cut that one down yesterday and I was mad at myself. I was like, I know better than that. And then he noticed it on one of my videos. So hey, thanks for mentioning that. Appreciate it. I'll be more careful. So yeah, let's get to it. Talk to you in a minute. Pow. Thought I'd stop and show you that oak tree. It's dead right here in front of me. It's a giant. And I don't think it won't be dry in the center, so I won't be able to use it this year. But the limbs are probably dry. That's a lot of firewood sitting up there, and I need to get it down before it gets completely rotten. I got my wedges. Do I want to deal with that? Because then if I cut it down, it's going to sit in the moisture, and I don't want to do that either. So I think I'll cut it down when I'm ready to cut it all up and split it all. So not today, but we'll get to it and you'll see it one of these days. Come with me. You can see how fun this is. I've been sitting too long. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it's dead. I mean, although, yeah, to see, I'm gonna cut it down because these limbs here are still green. And you can see, let me turn this off. I keep trying to talk about that thing. The bark's coming off it. But there's one branch that has life and the other branch is dead, so it's still green. And that's bending, it's not snapping, so it's still alive. I know this in here's done, so we'll go over to that one. Now that I already cut my path loose. Let me. All right, let's go over here to this one. Hopefully I can knock it down close to the four-wheeler path and then I'll just step through all this wood. The other one was a little punky at the bottom, so I'm hoping this one here is a little better. But we'll see. You can see how the bark's just coming. Feels pretty good. We'll know as soon as we notch into it. See how that branch coming off it just snaps right off? It's dead. When they bend like that, it's still green and they still got life. Hope that's not poison ivy or poison oak, whatever. Oh well. I got gloves on, such is life. All right, let's get to it. All right, Bessie. Clean this up. just preparing myself to get out of here. Okay, we've got footing now. We're good to go. Doesn't look too bad. Oh, that's perfect. All right, fingers, let's go. Okay, it's a wedge time. Let me get my... I'm listening to it. It's gonna fall here in a minute. Let me get away from it. I don't like when they do that. All right, let's... Might be able to hit it in. I left my hammer down there. We'll make deal with this. There she goes. And that's why you get away. Right there, perfect example. That's why you step back and get away from that tree. When they jump like that, that could do some damage to you. I actually had a black oak, or is it a black walnut? Doesn't matter. Big tree. Probably the size of that oak over there. And I cut it. It was actually like a lot like this. And I went to get away and slipped and fell. Well, actually the log, I couldn't get away quick enough. The log jumped off the stump, came back and hit me, knocked me down. And then it proceeded to roll over top of me. I'm sure I screamed like an 8-year-old, but it didn't, the log didn't touch me. I mean, luckily it was up like this, but I just tried to get away. I had a clear path. You can see I cut these limbs out of the way so I could step over them and everything. So I was prepared. Just, you know, that kind of stuff happens. You don't want it to, you try, but that tree came down, like this one here was okay. I knew it was going to go. I knew when it was going to go. I got out of there. But that one just went on me quick. Like I think I just started to back cut and I noticed it starting to go. And I got out of there. Well, here the thing was kind of rotten in the middle. I didn't know that, because I always hit them. I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm telling a story. I always hit them, see they sound hollow. That one didn't sound hollow at all. But I think I was an inch or two into the back cut, and it just let loose. And I tried to get out of there quick, and slipped and fell. And no, I'm sorry, the tree came off the stump. That's what it was. It broke off the stump and hit me and knocked me down, and then rolled over top of me. Luckily, there was that much, you know, clearance between me and the log, but whoo, that was scary. But that's why I like cutting smaller trees down like this. I mean, it'll still do some damage to you. You don't want it, you know, it can break a bone, it can bust a nose, all that kind of stuff. But it's a lot more manageable. So, all right, let's talk and more work, Lou. Shut your pie hole. Let's get this thing cut up. I don't know what kind of shape this log's in, but we'll find out here in a minute. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna go ahead and put my winch on it to drag it out, because if I knock it on the ground, it'll be harder to get my winch underneath it. I don't feel like, tell you what, I might pull up here and turn around. Do it that way. I'm gonna turn this off for a minute until I get turned around here. Another dead tree right there. It's amazing how many trees you'll find when you start, after you've gone through I can't talk, after you've gone through it. You've driven past the woods several times and then come back and stop, actually look around. You'll find a lot more than what you think. There we go. That didn't help. There was all kinds of mud in there. Jeez. Must have been four-wheeling. Okay. I usually have a tow rope on there, but it's a small log. Shouldn't need it. Let's see what happens. Yep, I'm sitting side saddle. See if we can pull up out of here. That's my saw. Oh, that's good. Okay. That right there is more better. Try to get out of the mud a little bit. I'm not sure what you guys are seeing here. You do not want to hit the mud with your saw blade. That'll ruin it. Not ruin it, but it'll definitely make it not sharp. Alright, let's roll it over here. Bad enough with mud on the log itself. I don't like that either. But some things are unavoidable. This next one out of the mud. If I can roll it, we'll see. Hey-ya! Alright, muscles, come on. There we go. A little better. I need to touch that saw blade up. Okay. Sawdust in my mouth. Fun times. I don't know if I'll make a video out of this or not. It's probably kind of boring. I don't know. But it is what it is. I'm not sure what else to make videos with. You know what I mean? It's not fishing season. It's not hunting season. There's only so many wood cutting videos you can watch. At least, well, that's not true because I enjoy watching them. So let's get this logged up and put in the back of the four-wheeler. Let me clean my bucket out first. I'm just filming everything. What do you think? This tool, Pickaroon, I love it. You don't have to bend over, just hit that wood. I may have shown you this before, but it's a wonderful tool for when you're old like me. Well, not old, but older, and you got a back that doesn't want to work all the time. This thing is beauteous. You idiot, look what I did. I forgot my winch was out. I wonder why it's muddy. I can't figure it out. But yeah, this Pickaroon saves my back a bunch. If you get good at it, you can flick it off like that. Sometimes it'll go in the side of the wood. No bending over required. takes a little getting used to, you know, how to use it correctly, but it's not bad. Now let's stack the wood in here correctly so we can get more in here. Come on, you little bugger. Like I said, I'm filming it all day, baby. You guys can get the full Monty. Everything I got. Oh, for God's sakes. Fun times. All right. Hey, it's a beautiful day. It's about 38 degrees. I'm sweating with a sweatshirt on. A little bit of irony there. And I'm getting a little exercise other than going to the gym today. So you can complain if you want, but I could be doing worse things, I guess. But that's one tree down, and that pretty much loads up the wagon. Sorry, I keep spitting this. I got sawdust and that log fell. I got mud in my face. I know I'm covered in mud probably. I'll clean it off sometime. I'll shower next week or two. Oh, damn it. I left my that winch is still out. Frickin' Fraggle Rock. Now, I'll show you what I do. Just to give it some tension. Put a stick on it. And then step on the stick. Let me start my four-wheeler because I don't like running it when it's not. Which side's my starter on? Duh. And then you can see it gets a little tension on that string or on that cable. I don't do it on my boot because it'll rip my boot open. All you need is a little tension. Boy, that thing is muddy because you drove through it through the mud, you idiot. Now, last little bit, I'll just let that go up in there loose and covered in mud apparently. God. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off. We'll ride back to the house, get the splitter fired up. You don't need to watch that. That's just splitting stuff. I might come. Another victim. This one I can bring the four-wheeler up to it, I think. I'm not sure how good of that. Whoo-wee. How good of wood it is. There's another one, I'm not sure what kind of tree it is. It's similar to the one in here dead, but we'll knock it down. Try to go that way with it. And there they are. The little wood roaches. So we'll knock it down. Bar oil. This 271 does pretty well with fuel. Of course, it uses a little more than the smaller saws because it's a bigger engine. But I'm not doing a review of the saw just yet. I did a video the first day I used it, and it was just a feeler out type of day. Bought a new saw, wanted to get out and try it out. So now that I've been using it more, it's definitely a heavier saw than what I've used before. Well, that's not totally true. I had one that I bought in PA, a Stihl. If I talk chainsaws, 9% of the time it's Stihl. I've only owned one chainsaw that wasn't a Stihl. My wife had bought it for me many years ago when we first got married, so over 20 years ago. And I'm just talking, guys, you know. And it was an Echo. Well, I'm sorry, it was a pull-on, and it worked pretty well. But the only bad thing about that one, and I know, and she did it because she knows I like the outdoors and everything, so she bought me a camouflage chainsaw. Well, out and about cutting firewood, next thing you know, you set it down, and it's not always easy to find a camouflage chainsaw. When you get to work and you set it down. So, yeah. Pretty sure it's a maple right there. Still nice and strong. Just checking it out. So, yeah. Doesn't want to stick in there. I gotta be careful with limbs falling on me too. Even bark will fall down on you. You gotta watch that junk. See if this is all still warm. Nope. Cooled off. Now she should be ready to go. Okay. We're gonna try to go that way. See what we can do here. I caught. I did it again. That's better. See which way she wants to go. Got a thorn in my leg. It should go here in a minute. I like to get a wedge into them and make them go the way I want. If I can get my wedge out of my pocket, good grief, Lou. Alright, it fell down in my pocket. There we go. Gotta wash them limbs. I don't like that. It's gonna go. There she goes. Okay, it held together. That's always a good sign. Sorry, little maple tree. I didn't mean to bung you up there, buddy. But good. So, we'll see how it looks here. And that's pretty solid. I mean, the outside edge is a little bit punky, but for the most part, that seems pretty good. Awesome. I was hoping it would land on those logs and kick up off the ground so I can saw. But you guys and gals out here cutting firewood and everything, because I'm guilty of it. Not anymore, but it sounds pretty good. You want that hollow sound, it means it's dry. But anyways, once you start feeling tired, it's time to put the saw away, okay? I'll give you another little story. I guess today's story day. Yeah, it's a little punky there, but you expect that to stump. Anyways, I had the forestry department come out here and mark trees for me to cut down, and as part of their timber stand improvement project, they would pay you for it on your own property. They come out and mark trees to cut down, like just scrubby trees they don't want growing, to give the oaks and everything else a chance to grow, the trees that are going to be beneficial to the wildlife. So anyways, I've been working all day the day before and had my daughter helping me. Always a good idea to have somebody with you, but my daughters moved out now and I'm out here by myself 99% of the time, but that's the way it is. Anyways, so the next day I went out and I was cutting, and I've been cutting all day, and I don't know how many years ago this was. I'd say 8 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, doesn't matter really. And I've been cutting all day and I was getting tired and I knew I should have quit, but I had a couple more trees to cut down, just little ones like that one right there, just nothing. And it was on what I call water maple. And when you start cutting into those, it's almost like the wood swells and pinches your saw every time. I was getting frustrated, getting angry because I was tired and everything else. And I was cutting and my saw got pinched, and I should have turned my saw off, but again, I was tired, not thinking clearly. I was pushing on that tree to get my saw out, and I was pulling with this hand, right? On the top, like this right here. Except for my saw was in there like this, or maybe like that. I don't remember really. It's probably like that, because I usually cut this way in a back cut. So I was pulling, and again, the saw was on. of course, you have to push this down and this to get the saw blade to run. Well, my hand wasn't on the trigger at all. So I'm pushing on this tree to get my saw blade out. Again, small tree, I was able to push it. But when I did, I pushed, and there was a stick that had a Y on it like that, and that son of a gun went right in there like that and pushed both those triggers down. And when that saw came out, it revved and hit my leg right there. I mean, it just ring, bam, hit my leg. Well, that was the end of my day for cutting firewood. And 15 stitches later, I learned a hard lesson. So yeah, when you start getting tired, it's time to quit. Just wrap things up and be done with it. It's not worth it. It'll be there the next day, or the next day, or the next day when you're feeling better. So yeah, little tip from Uncle Lou there, that when you get tired, or you even start to feel worn out, put the stuff away. Buck this log up, take it back, split it up, and call it a day. So I just felt like making a little video again about cutting firewood, and you can listen to me tell 2 different stories today about being dumb. I don't know if I told you that story or not, but we'll get to that one later. I may have already told you. But yeah, be safe out there. Get your firewood cut, get it in, but do it safely. Take your time, don't rush anything, and you'll be good to go. And living the dream. Is that better? I think it is. I was able to use my wedge. I gotta find it now. It fell somewhere. I pulled it out already. So that tree went down the way I wanted it to go perfectly. So, all right, I'll shut up. I'll talk to y'all later. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. Hit that notification bell if you want. That way you know when I post a video. I try to do one every week. Doesn't always happen because life gets in the way, or things just happen that I don't have a chance to get out and do anything, or it's just kind of a boring video. I don't know what to post sometimes. But I appreciate some of you guys making comments and saying you like the videos, so I'll keep on doing it. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy talking to myself out here in the woods because there's nobody else to talk to. But yeah, that's it. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks again. Bye.